Hello, I'm Joanna Orange, and I teach kindergarten at Humphrey Central Elementary School in South Korea.
Hi, my name is Caleb Huang from Humphreys Central Elementary School in South Korea as well. I am very excited about presenting today. I'm always passionate about implementing, supporting the use of educational technology that helps early learners find the success in their learning. Today, we are sharing our experiences about the use of digital portfolio for primary learners, especially preschool and kindergarten age students.
We are very excited to be presenting to you today because this is a subject that's very near and dear to our hearts because we have primary learners in our own homes. At the beginning of the school year, we were supposed to go into the school setting, but our school district decided due to COVID-19 to switch from the brick and mortar setting to the remote setting. And my son said something to me that was pretty profound. He said, "Mom, I'm just an in-person kind of guy." And I told him, "I get it, buddy." I said, "I'm the same way." He really does learn best when interacting with others and making sense of things with hands-on activities. So my wonderful colleague here and I started brainstorming ways to engage young learners in the remote setting. What could we do to ensure that our primary students connect with the content in meaningful ways? We came up with the idea of using multiple tools, but one launching platform for students to create their own digital portfolio to carry with them throughout their educational careers. So, what is a digital portfolio for a primary learner? It's an easy tool for primary learners to use because they have the capability to create their own portfolio by sharing work samples of their own. This way they can take ownership of their learning. They have to be guided, of course, in this task. Our school is a very centers-based school, so we are actively engaged in centers throughout the school day. Building their own digital portfolio could easily become a center, an independent center in your own classroom.
So there are many technology tools, out there that students can use to collect their own work digitally. However, we both thought that the Google Classroom platform is a user-friendly tool for primary learners and reflection tool for having ownership of our own learning and growth. And it also support project-based learning and inquiry-based learning because when before submitting their work, they plan and they create, they present. So they, whole process is giving them the opportunity to be more hands-on because they go outside, before we create things, they record, their voice and videos, and then they present. Whole process, giving them the opportunity to learn, more hands-on the learning environment. So what does the digital portfolio for primary learners look like? So many, as we talked about, there's many digital tools out there, but we wanted to stick with the one that works for a primary learner. So first one is a Google Classroom, as you can see, and there is a Seesaw and also Jamboard. So first, we'll like to share some example. So here's an example of Google Classroom. So what you can do is that just type the digital portfolio 2020. This is my classroom example. And then you put the student's name. If you click here, it give you assignments. So to do a Jamboard or Seesaw example. So if your students click the Jamboard, this is the first example, one of my students' example with the permission. So they put this is a primary learner. So it might be simple, but there's a lot of effort, work into this project. So they put, they got the picture, they uploaded it, and then some writing sample. And then this is the work that we provided, and then they completed assignment. So also, they can take a picture, they can upload their actual writing sample of they're actually doing it on the piece of paper. So that's another way that you can do.
Okay, so here are some additional examples of student-led digital portfolios using Jamboard Seesaw. And the Google site really isn't student-led. It's more of a teacher-led digital portfolio. So this is the way that we linked everything into our Google Classroom so it's easily accessible to parents and families. So we have Jamboard, example right here, and then the Seesaw example, and then the Google site. We'll take a look at the Seesaw one right now. So here we are in our Seesaw activity. So in the Jamboard tool, the kids can take pictures of their work and submit photos. However, if you want to post voice recordings or video recordings, you can do that here in Seesaw. This is an example of a student responding to her writing.
Hi guys, I have 7 words in my sentence. What else do I say?
Read it for me.
I am listening to Ivy while she is talking.
Tell me more about your sentence.
That it has a period at the end.
Great. Did you put spaces between your words?
Yes.
I am listening while Ivy is talking. And there, who is in your picture? Explain your illustration.
This isn't me, and this is Ivy.
And what are you doing?
Listening to her while she's talking.
Okay, and so you can see, you can post a picture of the writing here and have the student do a video to respond to it. Another example is for if you want to take voice recordings of students reading at the beginning of the year, the middle of the year, and end of the year, this is a great way to track their reading progress. So this is an example of a student reading.
Boat to carry Ducky, boat to carry me. Ferry boat, houseboat, chug, chug, chug.
Okay, and another way, you can also incorporate math on Seesaw as well. We did an activity where students were going on a shape hunt around their homes, and they were to find different shapes around their homes. And as you can see, the student traced the shape with their finger and then talked about it after they found their shape.
We found a triangle. It has 3 corners and 3 sides.
Okay, now click the. So this is an example of the Seesaw. So you can do voice recordings and video recordings in Seesaw.
What?
Here you can see an example of a Google site. Now this is a more of a teacher-led student digital portfolio because it's more geared towards adults. The kids, the students could still have an ownership of their learning by choosing which work samples they want to go into their portfolio. So if you scroll down, you can see if there's an About Me section where the student can write about themselves, as well as achievements, strengths, and goals that the students might have. You can also add pages to the digital portfolio if you want to show work samples from English language arts or math, or if you want to show pieces of artwork. You can also do voice recordings in Google Sites as well. Here you can see some of the digital tools we have been using in the remote setting to better engage our young learners.
So we use the Google Classroom, Google Site, we show Jamboard, Seesaw, and then Wix is another one that you can use, and then you can collect a sample as well. Also, it's a very user-friendly for a primary learner as well. Also, Google Slides. Everybody knows Google Slides. So if any of you guys have a question, we can absolutely show out more examples or videos doing the question and answer session. So can a primary learner truly make their own digital portfolios? Seesaw, for example, is a very simple, user-friendly for primary learners. Absolutely, they love, taking picture. You can even download the app, Seesaw, and then they can take picture, upload it. It's a very user-friendly. As you can see that there's an app, so they can easy to share and then submit their work.
There are lots of benefits of assessing students' educational performance through digital portfolios, so students are able to track their own progress. Using the digital portfolio as an assessment tool is beneficial for teachers and students to track progress. It is one space to put cumulative data collection, and students are able to post authentic work samples. It is an easy way to collect this data and monitor students' progress. It's also a way for students to take ownership of what they post in here and ownership of what they're learning throughout the school year. If you would like to read more about the research showing why using digital portfolios is beneficial for teachers and students, here are some resources that you're able to access. Thank you so much for joining us today.
It is a challenge to our particular group of students as they move to different schools and places so often, because we are private school, but we're a military school. So kids move a lot. So but Joanna and I thought that Google Classroom is a primary learner-friendly tool that continually support collecting data and provides a safe platform and accessibility no matter where you are. And thank you so much for watching our presentation. We're looking forward to seeing you doing answer and question session. Thank you.
Thank you.